It's National Teachers Appreciation Week, and today I have Mr. Jose Espinosa, who's a former teacher here, and not only that, but he's also an alumni of the mighty class of 1988.
Yes, 1988. 88 is great.
88, was that your motto?
That was our motto. 88 is great.
88 is great. That's funny. It's clever. So what years did you teach here at La Puente High School?
Yeah, so I ended up coming here in 1992, the year after I graduated from the University of Redlands. I started coaching that fall, and by 93, I was able to get my own classroom. Mr. Reader was able to move things around, and I started. So 92, 93 was that year when I started here.
So while here at La Puente High School, besides teaching Spanish, did you advise any clubs or sports, coach any athletics?
Yeah, I had the blessing to be able to do quite a few things, teaching the different courses of Spanish, from Spanish beginners to Spanish, all the way through Spanish AP literature, and a lot of Spanish speakers during that time. I'm not sure how it is now. And I got to do some clubs. My favorite club I got to run, though, was Warriors of Faith, which is a Christian-based club that Mr. Majeska, myself, and a few of the students were able to start.
I remember Mr. Majeska. He was my electronics teacher.
Exactly, electronics teacher.
Gosh.
Great man.
Wow.
And so that's probably the club where I spent the most time with. And I did spend quite a bit of time coaching. In my early years, I would say like my first 15 years, I was doing football, basketball, and baseball every year. It was fun times being able to come back and coach with my former coaches. I did get the head baseball job. I did that about 10 years. And then I was also the athletic director for about 10 years as well. Nice. So got to do a lot of good things here at La Puente High School. It was a fun time. Good.
So during your whole time, your tenure here, which was how many years in total?
I believe it was like 23 years.
23
it was somewhere on the round.
So close to 25.
Yes.
And do you remember all the different classroom numbers, or did you have one?
I had one classroom
the
number.
whole time?
The whole time. It was room 116. I guess they were going to try to move me a couple times, but nobody really came and asked me to move.
Wow, the whole time.
So the whole time, same place, parked pretty much same place every time, same classroom. A lot of good memories from my classroom, again, with a lot of great students and a lot of team meetings, club meetings as well.
So roughly 23 years, how in a nutshell will you describe your time at LPHS?
Man, there was, obviously it wasn't always perfect, but definitely a lot more better times than not. And I would say the fond memories first for me was coming back and be able to coach with my coaches.
Yeah,
that was a big deal for me. They were great mentors to me, and be able to come back with Coach Cooney, Coach Cassidy, Coach Gomez, Coach Perot.
Yeah, like the legends.
I had legends. A lot of people that were here for a lot of years.
That's probably what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's probably my first best memories. There was other guys that were here for a while. Coach Magallanes, Coach Rebo, even guys that were not my coaches, but somehow were part of my life here at La Puente High School. Yeah. So that was a big deal. The staff as well, because I came back and I got to teach with some of my former teachers as well. And that was kind of cool being at the meetings. and it was different. You just kind of sat there when you were young and just kind of listened to the wisdom of the others.
Right, seeing that side of it. Okay, some teachers are hesitant to answer this, but I'm going to say it anyways.
Yes.
If all your years teaching here, if you could pick out one grad class that sticks out to you from La Puente High School as a teacher, what grad class would that be?
I'm going to tell you guys which class it was. All of them. I'm not.
I thought I was going to get it.
And honestly, like I said earlier, we've had such a lot of, obviously some classes stick out more than others.
Yeah.
They do. But in those 23 years, wherever I was here, there was way more than just one solid class that stood above,
Yeah.
And so it's always hard for me to, because when I run into my students or through social media, I do have to ask them, wait, what year were you from? Because I get them so, from the different classes and things like that.
So nothing beats the class of 88, right?
88 was pretty dang great. I'll be honest with you. 88 was pretty great. Yes.
Okay, so you've been gone roughly around 8 years.
Yeah.
Is there anything you miss about working at La Puente High School?
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of things. I mean, I was working with my sister here, so I definitely miss that.
Mrs. Lawrence.
Mrs. Lawrence, yes. And who was my former student as well when she was here at LP.
Now, was it awkward at all?
No, not for me, for her probably, but I didn't really care. She was my stag girl. She was a good, and her friends and everybody were incredible when she was here with her friends and things like that.
Okay, so in all your years here at La Puente High School, you met and worked with a lot of teachers. Who are the ones you still talk to?
I think because of social media, you kind of send messages and such things like that. I've run into quite a bit. Perot, keep in contact with Coach Perot. Coach Kunishima, his son works with my daughter, with my wife. Okay. He works with my wife, so we stay in contact. And his grandkids went to Chino Hills, so I would see him at the swim meets. So I was been able to keep in contact with him. And as well as Coach Hiroshima, who was way before, a little bit before, with his grandkids there. So I keep in contact with them. Coach Aceves, I keep in touch with him, and I keep in touch with some former coaches from here. Which is Coach Roar, who did some football here as well, and a few other people. Coach Rosswork, who's still in the district, but I keep in touch with those people a little bit more. But through social media has been nice because you can see where everybody's at now.
Right?
Yes.
Especially when you follow the alumni page, right?
Listen, the alumni page has been a wonderful thing to be able to see what's going on, and I'm not saying it because I'm doing this, but my wife even go through it. She always says, "What a really cool thing that La Puente does this." She really, and so we get to follow what's going on. So it's really a fun thing to follow.
Oh, thank you.
Of course.
It's a compliment. So now let's tell all the Warriors what Mr. Espinosa's up to now.
Well, I obviously when I left here, I was still staying in education, so I went over to Chino High School, and then when I started coaching at Chino Hills, and then I've been at Chino Hills as a teacher and as a coach for 9 years, and as a teacher for 6 years at Chino Hills High School. I did own a business for quite a while, okay, and it was called Pump It Up, but with COVID and everything that happened, things messed up a lot. And I've been just trying to be a good husband still. So I've been married 28 years with my beautiful wife, who taught at Sparks for a while, and then she moved out there. Three wonderful children. My daughter is graduated, and living out, doing her work. I just had my son graduate from Redlands as well, who is my alma mater, so I'm a pretty proud parent. And then I have my youngest, who's just finished his sophomore year at Redlands as well. So it was kind of cool that they both were going to the same school I did, played on the same football field that I played on. And, I only played 1 year and then did more baseball at Redlands, but still to say, that they're there. And I'm just waiting for the next stage in life,
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Espinosa,
of course,
for doing this.
Of course.
And I can't wait for all these people. You ask some questions. You're probably watching this and seeing the comments still. If you have questions for him, put in the comments because he'll probably be seeing this, right? All right.
Thank you, LP. Love you, all you Warriors out there. Thank you again for doing this. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you.